Hello and welcome to Season 5, Episode 8 of Les Oderants. I am Dan and I am joined yet again by Not Ben. I am joined by Not Ben number 1, James, and Not Ben number 2, Fliss. Say hello, Not Bens.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Right, good. Welcome back. Tres excitementi. So, I must... I don't know.
That's amazing use of languages all at once.
Yeah. Excitementi is not actually Italian for excitement, but I keep on... so my mum speaks some Italian, and so I keep on saying stupid ass shit like excitementi when actually
just to annoy her.
She sent me the correct word, which is like something like excitaciano or something. I don't know. Fuck no. So I keep saying excitementi. Tres excitementi. It's a little
but
bit.
The thing is everyone knows what you mean.
Yeah, I know. Naturally, I'm a world class communicator, don't you know? Fucking professional tit. But there you go. Also, yes, two things can be true at the same time, as a dear friend keeps telling me. So, last week, after we recorded our part 2, I went off to London town and I did my little Soma dog and pony show.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that?
How did that go?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, the first thing to say is that Daria, who runs the store, it's her store, Parfum La Dance in Richmond. Daria is absolutely lovely, and she's got her own perfume collection, or at least a large chunk of it, sort of upstairs. So they've got like a function room upstairs where we did this thing, and she's got like a big shelves and stuff. And she basically, so she's migrated here from Turkey because her husband is working for some big multinational company, and so she quit her job as a lecturer in Turkey, a lecturer and part-time perfume reviewer, and moved over here. And so she's following her dream now here with the whole perfume thing. Anyway, so she said it was great. I mean, the highlight was when she said to me, at the end, she said, Dan, I've seen you on YouTube and you're very fat. I said,
Not anymore.
I said thanks. She said, but in real life, you're not fat. I said, well,
I've been on the Manjaro,
yeah, thanks, I guess. Yeah, I've been on the fucking Manjaro, mate. I'll fucking dose it up to fuck.
But I mean, even before you lost all your weight, you were never fat. You were hench. There was a lot of muscle in there. You were gymming it a lot.
Like a big fucking beefcake, weren't you?
A beefcake. Yeah. Beefcake! You can do it. Beefcake 4000. Anyway, that was not the absolute highlight. So it went pretty well. We had a nice conversation. There was a moment, though. Fucking brilliant. So it's upstairs, right? And it's a smallish room. And she had the windows closed and the heating on, and I'd been stood up talking for maybe 10 minutes, and I was really sweating. And like normally I'm not at all fazed by like public speaking or anything, so some people get dead nervy about it. Personally, I don't. I've always quite enjoyed it, but I realised I was sweating, and I was like, am I having some sort of fucking meltdown that I'm not aware of? Like, I was sort of trying to look at myself from the outside going, the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why are you sweating? Are you okay? And then I realised it was just because it was hot. So I was just, is anyone else fucking sweating their tits off here? Like, yeah. So we opened the window. Anyway, it all settled down. And it was nice. You know, there was about 15-ish, maybe a couple more people there. You know, got to sort of put a face to a few names that I'd sort of spoken to at various points before, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and hopefully go back and do it again when we launch our new Soma perfumes, which hopefully will get out by the end of the year. And I won't be sending any samples to you because you are both horrible, and you're very you're very, very uncharitable about my fragrances, and so no samples for you.
Well, Dan, I feel I need to clear this up, right? Because we've done like a double-blind fucking study.
I know.
In that I slagged them off when I knew they were yours, and I slagged them off when I didn't. So at least be fair to me that I was being objective.
You are consistent.
And I wasn't being a cunt deliberately.
You are consistently a cunt, whether deliberate or otherwise. Yeah, that's perfect. I love it.
Yeah. Do you know what? Feel free. Like, I know you'd probably maybe joking, or it can't be nice to have somebody say not nice things about your perfume. To be honest, I'm always intrigued to try them.
Well, try them. You will. I will, of course, send samples. In fact, I've got some samples made up here. They're just labelled 1 to 5. So I will.
We love a 1 to 5.
Yeah. Well, I think they're all mine. So you know.
I know, but we can still pick out notes.
Yeah. So
I think what's interesting about your brand as well is that one of your perfumes has been wildly successful, which I think is the case with like obviously some other brands that I've heard about, where they'll go, oh, this one outsells fucking all the other ones, like Penhaligon's or Aventus, or you know, there's loads of these, and I think that's interesting.
It is.
Which is your best-selling one, Halcyon?
It is, yeah. Halcyon and Halcyon Oud are the best-selling ones. I mean, Halcyon Oud, Cirrus, and sorry, not Cirrus. Halcyon Oud, Oud Altius, and Verdi Redux all sell reasonably well, and Blonde.
Where'd you get the oud from for your ouds?
Two different places. I mean, I wouldn't tell you the supplier, but I'd tell you that the oud in Oud Altius is a synthetic. But the oud in Halcyon Oud is a real Cambodian oud, which is why Halcyon Oud is a more expensive perfume.
Sure.
Yeah, and it's quite. I think it's actually quite an easygoing oud. It's not like barnyardy or anything. But I don't know if I've even sent you samples of Halcyon Oud before. Maybe I should. But funnily enough, the Halcyon Oud thing, and I know we're not talking about Soma, you know, although I've been told I must plug my perfumes more. But that Halcyon Oud,
who's told you that?
Basically.
Your business partners.
Yeah, basically. They're like, Dan, you've got this platform, you've got a captive audience. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let those other fuckers to tell you that, you know, not to.
Yeah, just shill that stuff.
I'd be happy for you to do it. You know
I'm gonna insist that we change the jingle music to Les Oderants with Soma Parfums. Oh God, no! I lost my train of thought completely.
Sorry, we were talking about the.
The oud, the oud in Halcyon Oud. Yeah, it's sort of. I mean, obviously we had the idea first, but the Les Indemodables thing, where they took one of their big, warm, sort of spicy, presumably top-selling perfumes, and added a good quality oud to it. You know, that's exactly what we did with Halcyon Oud. I'm not saying that they copied us. That would be ludicrous. But you know, I mean, I don't think it's a particularly complicated step or anything. But it's just nice. You sort of go, well, this is nice and big and warm. Maybe we could kind of shoehorn some oud in there and give it a bit more depth, and that's all what we done.
think What's It did that as well from memory. I mean, probably loads of brands have done it, but not saying it's, a fucking hackneyed old hat idea. But didn't What's It do it? Your mate.
My mate.
What's her face? Pilkington.
Oh, Linda. Yeah.
Linda. Yeah, what's that? She did some ouds. Yeah, Ormond Jane. She did some where they were just, and to be honest, they're a bit jarring in a sense, because obviously it's what's his face with his very sort of molecular approach, and then there's just this big lump of Cambodian oud, or fucking Thai oud, or whatever it is, and it's like, wow, okay, so you did just take that perfume and it feels like you just went, there you go, stick some oud in it, which is fine. And that and it kind of works, I suppose, and clearly the what's his name, Geza Schoen, has obviously balanced it and done it all properly and everything, but it kind of didn't really feel that way. And that's fine, because you can smell the quality of the material that's put in there and the rest of the perfume, which I suppose is the idea of it. I don't think he would have gone, or she would have gone, let's just put it in for the sake of it. No. They've obviously thought this would work in this particular perfume. I can't remember which one it was that has the Cambodian oud in. Do you remember? It was a while ago.
I think it is just called. Isn't it just called Cambodian oud?
No, they're definitely versions of those kind of ones, I'm sure, just with oud added to it.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Okay. Who knows? Well, look. Let's just get back to the week in perfume. So I had this jolly time in London. I did try a few perfumes at a few stores, and nothing super duper stood out for me, and sort of became must have. But I did something silly because of Rich Mitch. The enabler, who pointed me to a guy selling a stack of like older Dior's on eBay, and so I now have a 250 ml bottle of Oud Ispahan, and this is a 2016 bottle, and by comparison to today's Oud Ispahan, that stuff is just absolute magic. It's alchemy. I don't know how it is done, but it's like, whereas today's stuff just smells like a rose oud that could be from anywhere, this older one has like a sort of lightness and an airiness to it that sort of makes it almost sort of dances off the skin. It's so kind of airy, and yet it's like really strong and potent and enduring as well. And that sort of that ability to be both delicate and heavy in one thing is quite remarkable. Today's stuff, by comparison, just smells mid-heavy, wallop. The today's stuff isn't terrible by any means, but this is just completely different world.
I'm just having a look to see if there's who did the original. Francois Demarchi.
It's Demarchi, yeah. So I wore that today, which was brilliant. I wore yesterday, for the first time this year, I wore Cartier Oud Vanille, and I actually got a compliment off my daughter, of all people, who told me that I smelt good, which is...
I love that Cartier Oud and line.
I think they're very classy. I think they're
I've got the Oud Santal. I had the Oud Vanille for a little bit, but then I bought a partial, and I just wasn't wearing it. I found it slightly heavy and a little bit masculine for me.
So I had exactly the same, but the opposite journey. I had the Santal, but disposed of it in favour of the Vanille.
Yeah. But they're phenomenal. I think they're just, like you say, so smooth and classy. You just can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
And you can pick them up for a good price on eBay. And so.
I've never tried any of those.
What? You've never tried? None of these? These seem like the sort of things you just gravitate directly towards in Selfridges.
Agreed. And I've never seen them in Selfridges.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm going to make a note, James, to send you some of the Eau Vanille, because I think you'd love it. I think you'd absolutely love it. And it's a vanilla perfume that is not just like an overt cake. It's very simple. I mean, maybe deceptively simple. Who knows? Perhaps the formula is incredibly complex, but it smells simple. It smells like an oud with the vanilla. It's not. This isn't going to sort of. You get pretty well what it says on the tin, but it is brilliant.
See, I think it must be deceptively simple, because if it was that simple, then there would be more things that smelt like that, because it's so good. So good.
Possibly so. I bought on eBay. I actually bought this a few weeks ago, but the seller was a bit of a cunt and it took forever to get here. But I bought the Cut, which is the Penhaligon's one, which I tried when I was in Chester, and I would describe that as quite pleasant. I think that's about as high a praise as that one's going to get. Quite pleasant. And then I got sent the last one, just to mention. I got sent this by a nice lad on on Instagram called Jaden, and he's started a brand called, I can't remember what it's called, but it begins with a B, because it's got a B on the bottle. And oh god, I'm gonna fucking embarrass myself and Jaden here. It's born something, I don't know. Come on, you cunt. What's it called?
Is it Bumfuck with a PH?
Born Patriot, which... Yes, Bumfuck. Yeah. No, it's called Born Patriot, which... I don't want to take anything away from this lad, right? Because he's young and he's done the whole thing himself.
So he's young, you don't want to take anything away from him.
Yeah,
he's called his perfume Born Patriot, but he's a racist.
Well, he's not. That's the thing. I mean, doesn't it sound like that would be a racist brand? It just sounds like, it sounds like the most really. far-right sort of Born Patriot.
Kind of does. I know what you mean. Yeah. But I mean,
I'm not wild about it.
It says a patriot of one's feelings. I'm just looking at his website.
Yeah, now. And it's quite sort of sweet. He's a nice kid, and he's done it all himself. I mean, he didn't make the perfume. He's bought that in from, I think, Robertet or Robertet, however you pronounce it. And it's a perfectly pleasant,
he's bought in
quite designerish
like
perfume,
a whole
and
perfume.
it's called. Yeah, he's had it commissioned, so he's basically gone to them and said, right, I would like to buy a perfume, here's my brief, kind of thing. Yeah, so he's not claiming he's the perfumer. I think he did do like a perfumery course in Grasse to find out a bit more about perfume, so he's kind of made all the right moves, and the packaging is nice and the perfume is perfectly pleasant. It's called Love is War, which, Born Patriot, Love is War. I don't know. I feel like maybe that whole kind of shtick could possibly be reinterpreted or incorrectly interpreted as being sort of a little bit Liz Trussy, sort of far right,
it's a Fragrante Cabana, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, Fragrante Cabana. Yeah. Oh God, yes. We can't fucking talk about that because apparently anyone who talks about it gets fired. But it's actually a nice perfume, and I'm going to do a review of it at some point in the next week or two on Instagram, and I'm going to be pretty nice about it because this is a kid who, I mean, he's young as well. He looks like he's early 20s. He's done the whole thing himself. It's got all the appropriate stickers on for kind of health and safety and stuff. He's kind of got all his allergens listed on the box properly. He's sort of tried to do this very by the book, and he's done it all on his own, so fair fucking play to him.
He's a young guy with a perfume brand.
Yeah.
Fuck him. I'm only kidding. Good luck to
fuck him. Fuck him.
It's funny for me to pretend that I'm actually jealous of that. But I mean, he's gone to Robertet, who have some of the most fantastic natural materials in the world. So good choice there. What's the perfume like again? You didn't really give us a breakdown.
Well, it's a sort of
It's a bit bland. Okay.
It's a sort of it's a slightly sweet, bluish shower jelly thing. It is very, very mainstreamy, but it's a nice mainstream. It doesn't smell quite as brutally obnoxious as a lot of shit on the high street now.
Well, just while you mentioned that, so you were very what's the word? Not very complimentary, shall we say, about the new Prada. Yeah. And you kind of described that in very similar terms, and yet you were like, fuck the Prada. And you've been quite nice about this, which is, but
that's Prada. And in fairness, I did write a review about Prada, and I said it's not a terrible perfume, but it's not a Prada perfume. I just sort of have so much higher expectations of a brand like Prada than some young fucking kid who's put out his first perfume.
No, good. I get that. I was
this is
fishing for that.
Okay, and this is better than the Prada as well.
Yeah. But I think, just to say, I have tried the Prada now, because I went out and took it upon myself to try it.
You loved it,
you're absolutely right. No, it's rubbish.
Thank you.
It really is, and I'm sad to say that, because I really wanted to be like, Dan, you're fucking wrong, mate. It's good. Here's why.
I'd love to be able to correct him. Yeah.
Well, it's that same thing of what I always said about the, too many cooks spoiling the broth. They've got like 3 perfumers on it now. They don't have Danielle Andrière anymore for whatever reason. And I'm not saying that's necessarily the problem, because they've got 3 great perfumers and they've made a shit perfume. But I did try the Paradox, the women's one.
Yes.
Which you liked on a waitress or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do you know what? Funnily enough, I sprayed the original one and then I sprayed the intense one, because there's about fucking 4 versions.
There are, and I'm not absolutely certain which one it was. I think it was just the original.
Interestingly enough, well, the 2. So I tried 3 of them. One is a kind of very generic sort of women's exotic fruity patchouli, the usual stick, kind of big boomy. Yeah, it's like this big boomy thing. I quite like it in a way. It kind of smells like, whatever, but it's not particularly innovative. Then the other one was just a slightly stronger version of that. But the one that really interested me, I've got it written down here what it was called. Let me just bear with me 1 second. Where the fuck is it? Hang on. It's called it's called Prada Paradox Radical Essence.
Ooh.
And this one has a huge nutty top note. Nutty as fuck, right? It's called funnily enough, the sales assistant said, "Oh, you just sprayed the Prada Paradox." She was like fucking miles away from me. And I walked down to the counter and she went, "You've just sprayed that Prada Paradox one, didn't you?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah." She goes, "I got a big wave of like nutty. I could smell the pistachio and all this." And do you know what? For a Boots sales assistant, I was like, "Good for you. You're engaging. You're talking about notes. Normally they just go, 'Oh yeah, that's dead nice. That. Oh, it's like 80 quid. Do you want to buy it?'" And I'm like, and she even asked me who you're buying for, because obviously I was in the women's section, and I said, "I'm buying for myself." I said, "I'm sniffing for." "Good for you," she said. She's only like a young girl as well. She's like, "Oh, great. I'm glad, you should be able to wear anything you want." And I was like, "Yeah, I like you." Yeah, a little bit patronising, but I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly, yeah, and I'm great." And she said, "Oh, I love the sandalwood." She'd maybe just had the training. Do you know what I mean? But
okay, so that was the Born Patriot, and you've described the Prada paradigm. Interestingly, I saw there's a TikToker. I hate that expression. A TikToker which basically means there's a cunt. There's a TikToker cunt. No, he's called TJ Talks Sense, and I've always sort of I've seen some of his stuff, and I've always thought, this is a young, enthusiastic guy who speaks quite honestly about perfume. But I saw an advert, and it was with Look Fantastic, I think, and the text, it says, so it's TJ Talks Sense with Look Fantastic. What if there's another way to make fragrance? Prada Beauty has done just that with their new Prada Paradigm. It's like, what? Another way to make fragrance? This is literally...
Did he explain as to what the difference, how they made it?
Chat GPT, that's what they've done, and gone, can you make us a really generic shit fragrance? And it's gone, yeah, hey, what a great idea. I'll help you do that. And then it's produced the most bland shit formula ever. And that was it.
What if there is another way to make fragrance? Like, let's not just use the traditional methods. Let's find another way to make this really fucking generic.
But then also to not explain what those are, because if they are innovative and new, then I want to know about them.
Well, then they're not. It's nonsense. It's bullshit. Exactly. And I think imagine how much of your fucking soul you have to sell in order to shill that perfume. It's like, okay, sorry, you are no longer a trusted person.
Source.
Well,
trusted source.
I've actually got some posts planned, but I just haven't posted on Instagram for so long that I just kind of, sometimes I write them and then don't fucking post them at all.
I love this, James. You plan your posts. I literally roll out of bed in the morning and pick a photo that I've taken and write like between 5 and 30 words, and that's it, done. I like to...
But what you're not saying there, though, Dan, is that you spent an awful long time making beautiful pictures.
Exactly.
Well,
you do plan, but you plan in a different way.
Yeah, but I just take all the pictures at once. So I'll set up my little shoot and I'll fucking smash out like 20, 30 pictures, and that's it. I'm good for a few weeks, and so that's like an evening's work.
Well, when I say plan out, I mean the inspiration strikes and I go, I want to write about this perfume today, because it could be something that I've owned for ages and written about a million times, but in this moment I feel slightly different about it. I'm going to write, so I'd spend 10 minutes, I write a little piece, and then I leave it in my notes on my phone and go, I might post that at some later date, and then never do. There's loads that I've never posted. Anyway, irrespective of that, I was talking about Prada because I was saying how far they've sort of sunk with these kind of, just this one release, really. And I would have been quite happy with just more fucking irisy, their usual kind of soapy bullshit. Just keep giving me that. And even though that is kind of old hat and a bit boring, it's at least better than this. Do you know what I mean? Like, what is this? And it reminded me, so I did a post, I've written a post that I will put up about Luna Rossa, right? Which not a lot of people like, or Luna Rossa, or however the fuck you say it. Which, is about some kind of posho catamaran race or so. I don't even know what the fuck it's based on. But that came out like 10 years ago, 15 years? I don't even fucking know. It came out like a fair while ago. And I bought it at the time because I kind of liked it, and I liked the sort of infusion, the iris and all that. And I kind of liked that it was sort of lavendery and a bit minty, but I didn't really like the sort of white floral aspect of it. But now looking at that, that's like a fucking, creative, like Colossus comparing it to this shite that's out now.
Colossus.
It's like, this kind of bland, it's quite a bland sort of lavender minty. It's actually quite a cool idea with white florals, and like my mate has it, and I smell loads of orange blossom on him and not as much on me. It's more of a lavender minty. Even that, like little trio of things, like I say, the best kind of fragrances come in sort of trios of stuff, and that, even in comparison, is just like, that's so good compared to this shit. Just, they could have just kept recycling those kind of things and changing them slightly and doing different things. And they've just gone, no, we need to be like all the other fucking shit brands and just make this shite that everyone and you know, I hate to sound like a broken record because I'm always excited about new releases, and I like that nutty Prada one, the women's one. That's good, you know, it's got that generic kind of thing, but then they've put this nuttiness with it that you go, oh, that does smell a bit like pistachio, and that's cool. But the rest of it is bullshit, and
bullshit.
Yeah, it's a shame for Prada.
It is. It genuinely is. I mean, do you have any other exciting perfume news from the week? Anything you wore or would like to talk about?
Maybe. Do you want? Does Fliss want to go first, and I'll think about
Interesting.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're going to think about it. Well, you're not going to have very long to think because I have been lax this week.
That's not like
No, I'm not. I've been wearing loads of my really. I've just been wearing things that I've been wearing a lot for a long time. I've been really going through my collection and not sampling much. So I'm not going to talk about too much because you've heard it all before. Although we do like to repeat ourselves. The things that I have worn that are new is there's a perfume called La Couleur de la Nuit by Voyage Imaginaire, which is an Isabelle Doyen. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying it. To be honest with you, it smells like a slightly easier going Shalimar / Jicky. There's something really, really classical about it, obviously. I mean, that's what Isabelle Doyen does. There's a very lovely fougere feel to it. It feels unisex, but it feels unisex in the way that Jicky and Shalimar can. And so there's like a balsam fir and quite a astringent start. There's a bit of rose and geranium, and then there's some lavender in it. And then there's a tonka in the dry down, which is just lovely. And one of the reasons I've worn it more than once was because I was talking to one of a lady called Foxwatch Draws, who is a friend of the show. And she asked me for Shalimar alternatives or Shalimar flankers. And I reminded myself of this with a sample because I think that if you find Shalimar a little bit too classical, this is a slightly more modern, easier take. And so that was an interesting wear. That said, I've sprayed that on one arm and my 1970s Shalimar EDP on the other. And when I woke up in the morning, I was like, oh my God, what is that amazing, delicious vanilla that I can smell? And it was the vintage Shalimar, yeah. So, naturally. Never mind. I have also been wearing a lot of Sand and Skin by Floraiku. I purchased.
Was that the one that was in the calendar, the Harrods calendar?
It sure was.
I looked at the Harrods calendar this year, and there's no fucking perfumes in it. It's all beauty shit, as far as I can.
No. You're looking at the beauty calendar, darling. There's a perfume calendar. Not that I bought it.
The perfume calendar.
Yeah.
Well, there'll be more of them, but I mean, it's always the same. You know, they put it online. A bunch of fucking young lads buy all of them and then start flogging them on eBay, going recommended retail price £94,000, yours for only £56,000. It's just absolute cunts. It brings out the absolute worst in people. I'd really rather not. Just fuck them off.
Yeah. Well, I don't. However, and I did look at the list of things, and to be honest with you, there wasn't really anything there that caught my eye, but I do like this perfume, and I would never ever pay retail. And you get 30 ml as opposed to the normal 60 ml. And I mean, I got mine from a friend on one of the Facebook groups for £25, but they are all over eBay for about 40 to 50. There's also a bunch on eBay for like 200.
What's it called? Sorry, I interrupted.
It's called Sand and Skin.
Sand and Skin.
And it's a really lovely dry vanilla, and it smells exactly like what you'd expect Sand and Skin to smell like, in terms of it's just, there's a kind of aridity to it, and it's not cakey, it's not spicy. It's incredibly dry vanilla, and there's a bit of I think there's a bit of yang in there. and a lot of sandalwood in the base. And you could argue that it's quite bland, but it's so Moorish. And I've been really, really enjoying it. I've been wearing that almost every day for the past week. I really, really like it.
Nice.
Can't help myself. Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
I wouldn't pay full price for a full bottle, but between 20 to 45 quid for the 30ml, I think is a good deal, and I'm happy with my spend.
Yeah, and good.
That's about it.
Very balanced and sensible spending. All right.
That's it.
Any other?
That's
no.
it.
No. Okay.
No,
good.
I'm so boring this week. I'm sorry.
Right. That's fine. It's fine. You're allowed to be boring, Fliss. It's just, part of the human condition, I suppose.
Yeah, it can't always be fabulous.
Can't always be fabulous, darling. Although one must try. James, have you been keeping fabulous with perfume this week? Sorry to interrupt your time with the cat.
I'm just cuddling.
We're interrupting cat time with James.
Just watch this, right? Watch. Oh, let's get him. Can you see his face?
With very fluffy cat. We're all looking at a very fluffy cat for the listeners.
Oh, he's not doing it now because he's on camera. Like, usually when he itches...
He looks really grumpy being that close to the camera, to be fair.
No, if he itches bum, he does this, like, all night. He'll just do that all night.
Right, so for the listeners, James is scratching his cat's ass and it's basically making a licking face. It's just
it's very cute. It is. I mean, it's cat meme territory.
I think, Fliss, you may have to download that video clip and put it on the Instagram just so people know what it looks like.
What we're talking about.
Yeah, no. And James has got up and left. He's just got up and...
It's his turn, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just got up and fucked off. Like, do you know what, lads?
I'm done.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this thing with the cat, and then I'm just going to get up and fuck off.
So this one, look at this. Have you seen this?
Joe Malone. What's that? Oat and cornflower.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds.
Now you're into this Joe Malone business at the minute, aren't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Not really.
Didn't you wear one? You wore the. Didn't you wear the birch one?
I did
last week.
Yeah, well remembered. Yes, I did. These are about all the Joe Malones that I've got, by the way.
Okay.
Look at this for annoying as well, right? It's got like a weird air. Like, look, see the cap? It doesn't go down.
What is that all about?
It pops back up again. Yeah, it's really annoying. Like, they should. I want to poke a little hole in the top of it or something because it just goes. Burp. It's like a trumpet or something. Yeah. Anyway, it's got this little like textured. It's like sandy, like the bottom of the bottle, which I like. You can imagine what this.
How's it smell?
It smells.
Does it smell like
very creamy, almondy, oaty. Yeah, it's cornflower and oat. I kind of weirdly like it. It's sort of like milky oats, and yeah, it's got a little bit of a coconutty slight thing to it. You might go, oh, that's horrible. And to be honest, when I was wearing it for a day, I was like, yeah, this is quite a little bit.
A bit cloying. It sounds to me like it's a bit cloying.
If you spray it really, lightly, it can be really nice. And actually, I've got a few more of these.
Well, just while he's going to get his few more, I'm just reminded that my niece, my beautiful niece Olive, who's got a very strong Yorkshire accent, she talks, with the dead strong Yorkshire accent, but she pronounces the word oats as oats.
Oh my God, I love her.
Why didn't she say oats?
I don't know. She says oats. It's just really. It's like a really peculiar aberration. She was talking about what we're having for breakfast, and we're going to have some oats.
I'm surprised she's not having pony nuts.
Pony nuts, yeah, exactly. I listened back to last week's episode. I enjoyed the pony nuts shtick. Right, what's this?
The other ones I have: honey
and crocus.
Yes, which is like a kind of, again, sort of, that kind of sort of wheaty kind of.
Honey and crocus.
It definitely has a honey note to it. Again, quite cloying. This one is actually my favourite, and it's called Green Wheat and Meadow Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Green wheat and Meadow Sweet. Let me spray it on my other. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, the green wheat and meadow sweet is almost like tea-like, and very like fruity, like kind of almost like citrus. So it's quite different from these, but it definitely has this kind of like a slight meadow flower floral thing to it as well. But it's quite fresh. It's really nice. That's probably my favourite one, actually. Considering
I haven't smelt anything from Jo Malone for so long. I think I got into a bit of a grump with how bland and boring it all was.
Well,
and then I haven't tried anything for such a long time, and I keep thinking I should really make an effort to reacquaint myself with the brand, because apparently there's some very nice things.
Well, I've got this on the desk. Funnily enough, which I think also came from a calendar, because I
is that the Myrrh and Tonka that everyone's wambling on about?
I bought it for about 20 quid. Myrrh and Tonka is very strong. I mean, Jesus Christ! I always thought Jo Malone stuff was all a little bit fucking,
insipid.
Polite, insipid. Yeah, but this is an absolute fucking, nuclear assault of a perfume, and it's really very nice. It's quite sweet.
Really?
No, sorry, Dan. Carry on.
No, okay.
I was just going to say that the honey and crocus, now that it's dried down, is fucking spectacular. That's actually my favourite one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
okay.
It's gorgeous. Like,
oh, it's fucking gorgeous.
Oh man, it really is. So yeah, that's my favourite one. I do like the meadow sweet one.
How long is it going to last though? Because I used to have a thing with Jo Malone's that they never lasted, but that was quite a while ago. It might all have changed now.
Do you know what? These are old. Like, God knows when these came out. I don't know. Well, they're not that old, but they're like they're not from. Yeah, certainly they're more than 5 years old, I think. They do little special lines. What I like about them is, apart from that one that they did with, now that they're Jo Malone, London. What's his name?
Yeah.
That actor.
Jo Malone.
That actor who does the advert. Yeah, Jo Malone. He tries to make it sound really...
I don't know who does the Jo Malone, right?
The guy, the actor, what's his fucking name?
The one that was in Peaky Blinders. And he was also...
Oh, what the
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
No?
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, so Tom Hardy, there's like a man's perfume. So Jo Malone kind of changed their shtick from like, oh, we do all these really quaint like box things with a bow on and stuff, to Jo Malone, London. And it was like kind of him walking around. They sent me it, to be fair to them. I'm on some kind of mailing list, and they sent me a little bottle of it, like a tiny little, like 10 mil or something. And it's very generic men's bullshit. And I was kind of like, oh, Jo Malone, like you're trying to capture this new sort of, oh, we're like everybody else kind of like, well, you're not. Do you know what I mean? You make these weird little meadow sweet fucking quaint little perfumes, which actually are pretty creative, right? Let's have it right. Going back in the days, I like some of their perfumes where they're like this and this, because it's like, okay, no other brands are really doing that. And
they're all meant to be super able to be layered as well. Their Pear and Freesia I used to wear quite a lot. It was just a really easy office scent. And then, but yeah, everything was a little bit nice for me.
No, it's a bit pony nuts.
It was all nice. No, there wasn't as creative as Pony Nuts.
Okay, well, but Jo Malone herself has left the brand, hasn't she?
Yeah,
she sold the brand, and so presumably they're just, this is all. They're just applying standard perfume marketing, tropes to the brand that they've acquired.
Well, they're Estee Lauder,
to be called Joe Malone. Is it Estee Lauder? Right, okay. Well, same shit, different pile. Whatever. Good. Okay. Well, what else apart from the Joe Malones, James?
I'm wearing something today, which, hang on, let me find it.
He's off again.
Wombling off.
It's like the world's least prepared podcaster.
I've got my mic. I'm in my cupboard with the mic. So it's all good.
Just because we can't see you doesn't mean we can't hear you.
Precisely. The audience, they've no fucking clue. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think you just told them. So.
We should stop talking about it.
And that's not true, is it?
I'm in the cupboard.
I'm still doing it. Oh, do you know what I did wear? And this was inspired directly by listening back to the podcast and obviously listening at the time, like paying attention, like I always do.
Well done.
Was Abbey Rouge.
Abbey Rouge.
Because
nice.
Fliss was saying, did someone give you Abbey Rouge or
me?
Dan gave me EDT, but then I also somebody sent me, Alaric Waitman sent me quite a sizable tester of the or decant of the Privé, which was really nice.
This is fucking really nice. I mean, I've had this for years, and look,
that's a lovely old bottle. Yeah. That's the old
look
bottle.
Look how little I've used. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's an absolute
idiot. Send it to me.
Yeah, and it smells. I mean, it smells old. Like, I understand why people go, "Ooh, it smells like old." I hate that old woman shit, but you know what I mean. It's quite fucking misogynist. But
it smells like old woman.
Exactly. I take that as like, wow, it must be a good. It must be a decent perfume then.
I think the oldness is there's a fustiness, isn't it? That's slightly old socky that I think comes from oak moss as it ages.
Yeah.
And it's the oak moss, the real oak moss that you're smelling. When people go, oh, it smells a bit fusty or dusty or a bit old lady-ish, I think it's that real oak moss base, especially once it's been aged for a bit. I think that can come out very, very like the inside of a drawer or the inside of an old handbag or an old sock kind of feel.
Most people, I can understand why they wouldn't like Abbey Rouge, but your perfume fan goes, yes, like, give me some more of that. I fucking love that. Apart from Dan, like maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never got on with it. I don't know why. I feel like it should be something I like, but there's just a sort of there's a, and it's the same for what's that Caron one? Pour on Homme. Not that the perfumes are particularly similar, but they have such a jarring difference between the top notes and the base that I for me they don't work together as the same perfume. They're not bad things independently, but I can't see them why they go together. It doesn't work for me.
No,
just a weird thing. I mean, Pour on Homme is even much more jarring, actually. I think in that regard. But even so, I just doesn't work for me. Sometimes they don't, but then there's a lot of the Guerlain back catalogue that doesn't really work, like the Lidge, L'Instant Guerlain Au Extrême, or whatever it's called. People go fucking absolutely nuts over that, and I just don't understand that at all.
Again, that is another one that is that I have in my collection. I rarely wear it because it's a weird perfume, right? And I was always
it's really weird.
I was always baffled by the kind of bro popularity of it, and it's this great, and it's like, I mean, yeah, it is a great perfume, but you shouldn't think it's great. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're not in the fucking cool gang. Do you know what I mean? There should be some weird, rare shit that, I mean, it did get discontinued, or no, it's still going, but it's.
I think it did get discontinued.
Yeah. It goes for version. A fuck ton on the old.
Ooh, I've got one somewhere at the back of the cupboard, and I never wear it, so I should
get it on Vinted.
I should really sell it. But is that a good place for selling perfumes, Vinted?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, fuck knows. I mean,
where is
really.
Good now? Because like Rich was telling me that like eBay has been like taking down loads of his fucking perfumes and saying you can't sell new ones, you can't sell old ones, you can't sell partial ones. What the fuck can you sell? Do you know what I mean? Like.
I think you have to be very careful about how you list things. If you list things under collectibles as opposed to under perfume, you can get away with a lot more, because then you can say you're selling the bottle. Not that I don't even get
that at all. Like, why would they take it down for selling perfumes?
Because Guerlain don't want people selling second-hand perfumes,
it's like
because
that,
it
is it
fucks with their brand. And Dior don't want people selling second-hand perfume because it fucks with their brand. And all of the big people like Kirk Jean and stuff like that, I think if you've got like much more niche brands, you're not going to get into trouble.
Right, I see. Okay.
There's a load of bots, isn't there, that just go round hoovering them up. There's a lid on here for about 250 quid for a partial bottle.
Wow. Let me see how much is it.
He's off to the cupboard. I'm off to the cupboard.
Because I don't wear it. This is the thing.
This is great.
He's gone to the cupboard again. This is when Ben's not here. Everyone just wombles about.
James's sellable perfumes. That in fact, that's a good idea for a Christmas episode. Live Les Oderants perfume auction, and we could just sell off James's entire catalogue. Obviously.
I'm not opposed to that. It's kind of it's a bit of a fucking albatross, to be honest. I kind of go in there and I'm like, what do I wear today? I mean, it's not even a big collection particularly. I can't even fucking find it, dude. I can't even find it. I do have. Oh, look what I've got here.
It's riveting. All I can see is James's empty chair and this disembodied voice going,
look what I've got here.
Can't fucking find it. What's this? Oh, that's very nice.
Rocasse Femme. Okay.
Oh no, it's a Rocasse Femme.
Wow.
That's a very old bottle. You don't want to be selling that. You want to be giving that to me.
So I've just had a message from Rich Mitch literally during the show. He spends all his time trying to tempt me to buy perfumes. It's like, what about this one and this one?
Do you know what he sent me before? Right. I kind of like to sort of wind him up and stuff. I'm sure he likes to wind me up. What did he say here? Hey James, do you want a vintage Koros? And I put a little face for now. Yeah.
And then he sent you a picture of 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Because I got that one today as well, and I don't even want a vintage Koros.
For now, nah. Got a perfume corp for you. And I said, wow, that's kind of you. Go on then. Nah is Geordie for yes. Of course, it's free, right?
Which he was like, for yes.
Nah. So, and then he sent me a picture. But I like to kind of I've already got we were talking about backups the other day. I think I mentioned that I've got like 3 choruses or something, so like and to be honest, I think
they're all partially,
and he puts a lot of importance on it's the Charles de fucking Gaulle one. I don't even know what it's called. What are they called? Like there's one Charlie of the fucking Ritz or something. What's that one? I don't know.
The Charles de Gaulle one.
Something of the Ritz. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm just
don't know.
Something Ritz. No, anyway, it's the original version, and he's always going on, and I'm like, I like the one that's in the shops now. Do you know what I mean? It's not as good. Okay, they've removed loads of the stuff out of it, but it's still all right. And I've got loads of other vintage ones, so
okay, so I feel like we've covered a reasonable amount of ground for our part 1. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about that you haven't? Because I know Fliss has got to go do the bedtime duties, and I have to go and put the little babies into beddy pies.
Got to put the little babies into beddy pies.
I want to ask Fliss about Liquid London. I want to hear a bit of a rant about that.
Oh, God. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Did you just go, yeah?
We've got time.
Yeah, we probably have. All right, come on.
So on my Insta...
Right, I fucking deal with it.
Yeah, I did. Oh, it really got my goat. It really did. I hate all of this pheromone chat anyway, and we've talked about it so many times. You can't get pheromones in a perfume. That's not how it works. Anyway, Liquid London had a faux podcast, and it was with a very beautifully dressed lady who looked very intelligent. She was speaking very intelligently about things until she opened her mouth and started wombling on that this particular Liquid London was going to save your marriage. Has the spark gone? Are you in a long-term relationship or a marriage, and has the spark gone? Because this perfume contains ISO-E Super, and it will meld with your pheromones but make them smell better. And I have so many case studies of couples upon couples upon couples reigniting just by wearing a bit of fucking ISO-E Super. No, bitch, shut the fuck up. You haven't. It's bollocks. So many perfumes have got ISO-E Super in. Overdosed to the nth degree. It's just lies and lies. And then just the comments were all like, oh, this sounds good. Oh, I can't wait to try it. It's like, no, just go and buy a perfume with ISO-E Super that actually smells nice. Like fucking Féminine de Bois or something. Or don't. Just get a personality. Just do the washing up. Ask her if she needs a back rub. Maybe run a bath. Mate. Have a chat. You know. Well, I mean, if the spark's gone, there are so many things that are going to help you get the spark back. Wearing a bit of ISO-E Super is not going to be it. Just no.
So firstly, we would have to believe that she is even some sort of like actual qualified therapist, which almost certainly she's just an actor, and just
clearly not.
Complete lies, misrepresentations. It's nonsense.
I know. It just made me literally want to throw my phone across the room, because I find it was in a way I found it insidious as well, because it was worse than that obvious panty dropper kind of thing where they go, oh, this is going to drop a panty, and it's kind of getting to that place where it's okay. So we all know that panty dropper perfume adverts are a load of shit, but this kind of insidious, has the spark gone? Oh dear. You're really not very good at being a sexually, magnetic person. Even for someone who's choosing to live with you or who's chosen to marry you, oh dear, you really are losing now, aren't you? I was just like,
what is worse about them is the fact that they've changed tack, right? Because they originally started off, they were the ones who were like going around, talking to people in like northern towns, going, oh, is it like, get on this, and like, how much does this project, and this is a panty dropper. They did the whole panty dropper bullshit, right? And they were talking about pheromones in terms of this is like pheromone. They didn't mention ISO-E Super or anything like that. And then I think they'd maybe gone, they'd seen those like Thompson Carter or whatever the fuck they were, and those there, let's try and be a bit classier and do these like fake podcast bullshit. Their version is so fucking Temu compared to the fake podcast that those other cunts did, and it's just beggars belief that they go, let's look at this. You can tell the people have sat around and gone, how can we approach this and say that ISO-E Super is this thing that, I mean, I'm not even against necessarily what they're saying it does, because some people might say that it could potentially do those things, maybe. But the facts are that
I think it smells really nice.
The one that pisses me off,
but I just hate that marketing strategy
is the faux podcast conceit, where you've got these people who are clearly like actors. They don't have a real podcast, but it's like, here's just an outtake of these guys recording a podcast, and one of them's going to say something like, I'll tell you what, mate, I was down the pub the other night, and I swear to God, right, this girl came up to me, she asked me for my number, and she told me, you smell delicious. And then she was like... Yeah, it was Michael Caine. She said, you smell.
Was it Michael Caine?
And the other one goes, no, really, mate, really, what happened? What are you wearing?
It's I hate them so much. It's so disingenuous, it's so insincere, and yet I see it and I'm like, oh, I must make a note of what that perfume was, so I can look it up later and buy a sample.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, I suppose I should stop getting wound up by disingenuous perfume adverts, because they're all a bit disingenuous, really, aren't they? I guess, you know. And Christmas is coming, and I'm going to have to just really rein myself in, aren't I? Because there's going to be
all
disingenuous perfume advert after disingenuous perfume advert.
I'm always reminded of there was an old cartoon, internet cartoon on was it XCD or whatever it was called, the website, and it had a woman trying to pull her husband away from a computer, saying, come to bed, darling, and her husband saying, no, not yet, someone on the internet is wrong. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to spend your whole life trying to correct all these twats? You can't. Just fucking let them be twats. Let them be fucking twats. Yeah. So, exactly. Okay, so look, on the beautiful mic drop of Let Them Be Twats, I should just mention before we rumble that Ben was very pleased when he listened back to part 1 to hear me describe his taste in perfume as broadly 90s and stuff that smells like weird shit. Oh,
he loved that, didn't he?
Yeah, he was happy with that, and I stand by it. So I'd just like to reiterate that so that when Ben's editing, he can hear it again. All right, so look, let's figure out what we're going to do in part 2 in just a few minutes. Hopefully, we'll magically make Ben appear, we'll be back in just a few minutes with part 2 of Les Oderants. Stick with us. Bye.
Bye.
Take 3. Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Les Oderants. We've had a 1 out and 2 in since the break. Fliss has fucked off to London because she is a lazy cow, and she has been replaced by Ben and Jess. Jess and Ben cohabit, I believe. I don't actually. I've just probably stumbled into a whole fucking hornet's nest of.
We're just move swiftly on, yeah.
Jess is Ben's girlfriend. Oh, is that an okay label? It'll have to fucking do. Moving swiftly on, right.
Yeah.
Jess looks at me like she's going to punch me in the face. Jess, hello!
It's all right. Apparently 5.5 years is like, water under the bridge.
It's all good.
Anyway, carry on.
Okay, Jess, thank you for joining us, especially at such short notice. Jess, you are very welcome to Les Oderants. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm okay.
Okay. Oh, well, I asked you that before, and you were like, "Oh, that's a fucking loaded question, mate." But anyway,
people are here for perfume. They're not here to hear about my my unfortunate friendships and job.
Yeah, well, actually...
No, we are here to hear about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that is where you are completely wrong, Jess, because you've clearly never listened to the podcast, because we only cover perfume very, very tangentially. We are loosely fragrance related. However, as I understand it, you have just got back. Well, as I understand it, what sort of a twat do I sound like? Right, I am aware. I'm aware you have just got back from Grasse.
Yes, and I'm going to say I know absolutely the only things I know about perfume. Ben has taught me over the years. He has trained me.
Yeah, you know pretty well how to put it on every morning when you get to work and go, I'm just going to wear this one today.
Sorry, I'm really aware of how short you are on perfume, so I'll refrain from doing that in future.
I mean, before we get into the whole Grasse thing, do you have any favourites of Ben's that you simply use? Do you go for like the Eau Noire and the skankier stuff?
No, she fucking does not touch the Eau Noire.
Absolutely not. No way. Who do you take me for?
Yeah, well,
I'm not disgusting like them. Anyway,
oh dear.
It really. Do you know what? It's really weather dependent.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
And recently, because the weather is like turned, I'm well into things like Ben got me last year Sloth by Zoologist.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that. It makes me smell like a swamp witch.
Nice.
Yeah, so she says she doesn't like stinky stuff and then says she wants to smell like a swamp witch.
Yeah, but a swamp witch isn't poo, is it?
It's.
I mean, it doesn't sound conventionally attractive. Is what I would say.
It's brilliant. Yeah. It's fantastic. It's like muddy and leafy and like wet.
Okay.
That doesn't sound particularly attractive. I'm not really sold it.
Not really, but I mean, I love the fact that you love it, and I mean, because Ben's got quite a lot of fairly straightforward designer stuff. He's got a lot of feminine, rosy type stuff as well, and the fact that you sort of go for, hey, I want to smell like a swamp witch. That's pretty fucking cool.
I really like it. I think it's gorgeous. What was the one I wore this morning, Ben? Zerjoff.
Oh, that was Zerjoff. It was what's the Alemi one? The Naxos. There's like three.
The Zafiro.
The one. Zafira. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and that's
Zerjoff Zafiro this morning.
I always think that has a sort of weird, like almost apple pie sort of aspect to it. It's quite Christmassy. It's the incense. I think sort of puts me in mind of. I don't know why. It doesn't smell like apple pie, I'm sure, but for some reason it reminds me of it. So
it does have a weird sort of like rich, fruity element to it, doesn't it? I mean, I think on like the note listing on their website they call it wine, but
I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It does have that kind of sort of.
I have to admit, I struggle to pick the wine up on it. But then again, I've been wearing it all day, so it's kind of hard to say. But for me, it's way more organic. Like it's way more.
It's very woody.
Yeah, and like earthy again. Like I get the spiciness, but it's really like minor. It's really in the background.
And from memory, you guys have done a podcast together before, haven't you? So this isn't going to be like sort of breaking new ground, kind of public therapy, couples therapy stuff.
No, we did try, but it never got off the ground because it was about Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling the cunt. We didn't.
I mean, she is quite litigious, so
it's a very eloquent way of putting it.
A litigious cunt.
Yeah, I don't really know a better way of putting it, to be honest. So I just say she's a cunt and leave it alone.
Okay.
Like, I reckon I could probably, fight it in court, to be honest. The evidence is out there. Just look on Twitter.
I mean, she recreates the evidence every day, so go for it.
Yeah, it's an ever-growing catalogue. No court in the land would convict you. I am quite certain of this. Okay, so you are currently enjoying Sloth and Zafiro, and you have just got back from Cannes. What took you to Cannes in the first place? If you're not Cannes, sorry, what am I talking about? Grasse. I keep saying Cannes because
it's very close.
Well, let's talk about films.
I mean, no. So everybody's in Cannes. Cannes. I don't know. Cannes, or is it Cannes or Cannes? I don't know.
It's Cannes.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Could you edit it so that I don't sound like a fucking cretin, Ben?
You edit it more, so it sounds like more of a cretin. Is that possible?
I don't think that's possible. So
even now, when he says Grasse, just like edit in Cannes every time.
So the reason I've got Cannes on the brain is because there's a whole perfume sort of expo thing going on in Cannes at the moment, and everybody is there, apart from me, obviously, and they're all showing off their snazzy, boating outfits. And I went to a Mind Games event last week. So actually, after we'd recorded part 1, but before we'd recorded part 2. I don't know if I'd mentioned this, actually. Attending a Mind Games event, I ran into Chris Fragmental, who is a genuinely really lovely guy. Chris is currently in Cannes, and that's why I've got Cannes on the mind, and perhaps I might talk a bit more about the Mind Games fragrance and the associated nonsense that followed that with a certain legacy YouTuber. But no, let's talk about Grasse instead. What is it, Jess, that took you to Grasse? I mean, probably a plane.
Such a boring reason. It's a family holiday, literally.
Right.
So I have quite a big family, and every year I think there's nearly like 13, 14 of us go on like a sort of summer holiday, and it's only getting bigger because my sister insists on reproducing. Yep. So it's becoming a little larger every year.
Have you had a word with her about that? Perhaps.
I mean, I've always said I don't know why you do it, yet she keeps doing it. Oh, she's done it twice, so it's not like she's done it millions of times. And I don't think she's going to do it again.
Yeah.
But
sensible.
Yeah, so it's just a family holiday, and it's just basically an excuse to be actually lazy instead of punishing yourself for being lazy.
Lovely. So how long were you there? Was it all in Grasse?
Just a week.
Were you Grasse the whole time?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay. And whose decision was Grasse? A different place each year, is it?
Yeah, so my uncle normally finds the place, and I think he just decided that, Grasse would be nice. So that's it.
Lovely.
Really. It's so boring. That's literally just how it happens. They go, "Oh, how's this place?" We're all like,
all right.
We all just go.
But so well.
How did Ben react when you said? Was he like Grasse? That's our place.
No. He said,
that level of enthusiasm is never ever displayed by Ben ever.
Yeah.
I did say, like, oh, brilliant, you can go and sniff lavender and, like, check out...
He said, why are you all going to Cannes? I don't understand.
Is that for the film festival?
Yeah.
So what perfume-related activities did you undertake whilst in Grasse?
Well, it feels like pretty much... perfume is like Grasse's whole personality. That's not a bad thing. I think that's
no. I mean, it's my whole personality as well. So if you were going to fucking slag that off,
I was going to say I'm in good company, aren't I? But there's loads of in the sort of back streets. It's a really, really Mediterranean French town. There's loads of little windy streets and stuff, and there's loads of little. Independent perfume shops and stuff like that. In fact, I bought one back for Ben, which he's going to go and get now, which I did really well on. I'm well proud of myself, because I went in and I was like, animalique.
Animalique.
Leather. I was like,
queer.
That's the one. Thank you. And then I was like, civit. And
you're just saying English words in a French accent.
No, I'm speaking French, actually, Dan.
Actuellement.
Did you do the hand wobble at them and stuff?
No, I didn't. I'm not that much of a prick. And I did really well with that, which I'm well proud of. But the main thing was going to the museum, which was beautiful, actually. And I don't know much about perfume, like I said. So it was really interesting. There was one particular bit which was a timeline of perfume from about 1900 up until modern day. And I didn't realise just how old Guerlain was. It's really, really fucking old.
Yeah, I mean, it's really old. When, roughly, did it start? Is it 1800s, Guerlain?
Mid-late 1800s, I think.
Fucking hell.
Mm-hmm. But they had as well, literally perfume through the ages. So it started off with how they used it in embalming in Egyptian times, and they had sort of ancient Egyptian carvings of them actually making the incense and the perfume. There was a mummified foot and a mummified hand, which was excellent. highlights.
A mummified foot and a mummy.
Yeah. I'm not really sure why.
How is that perfume related? I mean,
you sniff it.
Right.
And,
it's like a test strip, but
it's like a dead human test strip. Like,
yeah, at least you can test it on skin, I guess. So that was really cool. And then they had like loads of different. I've always found like the design of bottles really, really interesting in perfume. It's like the one thing that I can pretty much say from being a kid has been really, really interesting for me. So they had like...
Yeah, so the timeline that you mentioned was the timeline of bottles, wasn't it? It was like, it wasn't just like a pictures on the wall. It was
it was literally bottles. Yeah, and some of them still had juice in and stuff like that. So they had like perfumes from the 1920s, which had like well-known perfume as well. Could you
touch them? Because I don't think I'd have been able to resist grabbing them and spraying them if you like...
No. I'm not sure you'd want something that old on your skin. I think that's a recipe for a rash.
Yeah, well, fuck Ifra. Fuck Ifra.
Yeah.
Fuck Ifra.
I have to admit, though, seeing like all the really old perfumes and stuff. What's that brand again, Ben? The one that's like, oh, we're really old. We've been making perfume since the... That's the one. I was like, fuck Creed, man. Like... What a bunch of liars and losers. I know I probably shouldn't say that, but...
They weren't even in the timeline, were they?
No, not at all. But it was very French orientated.
And Creed is supposedly French.
Oh, really? Are they? I always thought they were British. Well, haha.
I suppose they are. Yeah, but... there was someone was telling me about a Creed thing the other day where... Creed did like a big launch event. They used to be essentially just like a drugstore sort of brand, a total nothing burger, and they did a sort of rebranding and a relaunch with I don't know where it was, I imagine in Paris or something, but they had all this kind of literature and posters about how they'd been producing perfume for the British royal family for God knows how long, and apparently they got a cease and desist letter from the British royal family saying, this is just absolute fucking bollocks, and you must immediately stop with your lies. Which is losers. Just losers, yeah. Quite reassuring. Cool. Did you have any sort of personal favourites from the bottles? I mean...
Oh my God, yeah. So I knew that Salvador... That
was one of my favourites.
One of the original...
From... when was it? It says on it...
1920s?
Oh, actually, that's 1951, that one. So it's actually quite...
Yeah, Hermes started a lot later than I thought it had, actually, as well. So that was really interesting to see. But I didn't realise that... I mean, obviously, I know that, like, celebrities and stuff, make perfumes and things like that. There was no Lionel Richie there, which was unfortunate.
The Shalimar?
No.
Shalimar bottle?
No, hello.
Yeah, it was a 1925 Shalimar, that one.
Sorry?
You took a very comprehensive set of photos anyway.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was photographing, so I just photographed everything.
You photographed everything?
Yeah.
That's great for us.
Find this interesting. I was just like, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't have the attention span to sit here and read everything. Plus, I can't really read French, so I'll just take photos and we'll see what happens.
Bosh.
And I'll give it to Ben. And hopefully he might find something in all of it.
Ben sent them to us, and they look fucking phenomenal. And I think we should probably make an effort to get some of them on our Instagram or something.
Can I just say, I am a better photographer than they make me out to be. I did do an art degree, so not quite as good as you, Dan.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but I am a mediocre photographer at absolute best. But thank you for saying that. So this museum, you don't get to smell any perfumes. You get to.
So not perfumes per se, but what they did have was kind of like remakes of maybe the older stuff that monks in 15th century France would have used, and they had as well, like, in one of the sections, they kind of had like, this is what cocaine smells like, this is what nicotine or tobacco smells like, this is what cannabis smells like.
And did they correctly embody those scents, Jess?
Working in a substance misuse service, I cannot say whether they do or not, but but my aunt is a toxicologist, and she worked in the tobacco industry for quite a long time, and I suspect, as well, knowing my aunt's history, there has been a bit of sniffing of other things as well.
I was like, right, so basically you're going to tell us she knows what tobacco smells like. No, she was a fucking cokehead.
I don't think she was ever like, that bad, but definitely. Anyway, yeah, so...
She was never on the books at work, anyway.
Yeah, they also had what, like, opium actually smells like as well. And, again, I feel like I should know, working with people with, like, heroin addiction, I feel like I should really know what it smells like, but I don't. So I had nothing really to peg it against. But the one thing I did find was the tobacco one was like, I don't know if they were trying to emulate it or if it was real tobacco, but it smelled so much sweeter than what I remember tobacco smelling like. And the cocaine was
I think
just
that depends, though, because when you smell like loose leaf tobacco, it is quite sweet, isn't it? Like, there's a tobacco shop in Bond Street, and that, you can smell it from the other side of the road, and it's really like sweet kind of cherry tobacco, like sort of. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but that was interesting. But it was kind of hard to say whether it was really like accurate or not. There was really interesting stuff as well. Like they had Marie Antoinette's actual travel case that she used when she was planning to leave Versailles. And that was mad. It was massive as well, and had all these like little silver intricate bits and like little bottles for her own perfumes and stuff like that. But my favourite bottle, like I was saying, I didn't realise that Salvador Dali had made a perfume, or had, I don't know if make is the right term.
It was kind of a brand, wasn't it? It was like the sort of original kind of celebrity perfume, really.
Yeah.
And there were quite a few decent ones.
It has a nose as the lid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a nose as the lid, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And
you can still buy that one.
Can you?
I believe it's been sort of reformulated and such, but yeah, you can still buy it in the crazy looking bottle.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue what that would smell like, though. I didn't even think to look up the notes or anything, so if any of you have any idea.
I've never tried it. I do have one Dali one, which I think is a more modern one, which someone gave me as a gift, but it's crap.
Is it a black bottle? It kind of looks like Lips.
No, the one I've got is just a gold one, and it's got like a burning sun sort of icon on the front of it,
right.
And it's called Soleil something or other. I don't know. It was fucking shit anyway. So
it sounds very mediocre, darling.
It was very mediocre, darling. Very. Yeah. So
what I did like, though, one thing in the timeline, they did include Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie Red.
Yeah.
Nice. Where in the timeline would that be? Like 70s, 80s?
So like sandwiched between a Gucci perfume and what was the other one, Ben? I can't remember. Another like high-end designer. There was just a bottle of Charlie Red. It was like,
it's a very popular perfume. Very, very popular.
I'm sure it was.
How old is Charlie Red? I'm just looking it up now.
I think it was I want to say late 1970s.
Charlie Red by Revlon was released in 1993 apparently.
Was it? I should know that.
Well, I don't know.
It was next to Chloe. It wasn't Charlie Red, actually. It was just the original Charlie, the one in there.
That's definitely 70s, the original Charlie, I think. It might even be late 60s, but I think it's 70s.
Right, I'm looking it up now. So there is Charlie... Oh, my God, there's a lot of Charlies. Charlie Naturals. There's Charlie Oriental, Charlie Sunshine. Fuck me, there must be like 20-odd bloody Charlie flankers. The original Charlie was... You are correct. 1973. So Charlie Red was 20 years later. My goodness. Wow. And nice. So did you get to visit any lavender fields or perfume factories or anything like that?
Oh, did I fuck? I left the side of the pool once just to get the cultural flavour,
I love that.
and then
fuck? Just
and then I went back to being horizontal next to a body of water.
lovely.
So.
Was the weather decent?
Did you drag any of your family to the perfume museum, or did you just sort of
I didn't need to drag them, actually. So on these holidays, my parents like to do absolutely fuck all and literally just drink rosé next to the pool.
Love it.
My stepnan will march people off to do things like go and have espressos in random places and stuff.
Is that
like
the cokehead?
And no. I feel really bad now.
She's got 20 odd Charlies.
Not quite. So no, my aunt and uncle will usually go off as well and do cultural things, but my parents are just please, we're here to do absolutely nothing.
Culture?
So,
fuck you. We're here to drink.
Yeah. We're in a foreign country.
I'm eating a baguette. What more do you want?
Yeah, exactly. My dad's drinking Stella Artois. What do you mean?
Stella's Belgian, surely. This is...
Oh, yeah, but it's foreign, isn't it?
It's all that foreign shit, that,
that foreign muck.
Lovely.
You did go to the shop, though, and buy that.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking
which was a cool
about.
little shop, right?
Yeah, it was
What
really,
is
really
that?
cool. So... It's really nice, is what it is.
So it's the shop was called Parfum de Lin de R Le Parfumoir de Grasse, which I'm sure is pronounced exactly like
Right,
that.
can you say that again? Because it sounded well said.
I mean, I don't know what this is. It's de R. It's just
Brilliant.
You really do it for me, man.
Parfum de Lin.
Like a fucking Otter's pocket over here.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Mop on aisle
this is
one.
a perfume called Arion, and it's actually a really nice tobacco and incense
just try the
with sort of
name again,
pepper
Ben.
and licorice.
Parfum.
Right. Parfum
de
de Lin. De Parfum de Lin.
L-Y-N.
L-Y-N-N-E.
Oh, okay.
N-N-E. And then we've got de again. And then we've just got an R. Just by itself. Just R for Robert. But it just
Parfum
says
de
R.
Linda R. I reckon that's.
Yeah.
I reckon that's like Linda Roberts, and it's it's like Parfum de Linda Roberts from Chorley.
Le Parfumoir de
Right, well, that
Grasse.
doesn't appear on Fragrantica, which is no bad time, but it's got a horse's head, I notice.
Yes.
Well, who was the perfumer, Ben? You said was pretty well known.
So the perfumer, I forget. It was, but it was a perfumer.
Yeah.
But actually, that was a different one anyway. So I think it must be Lynn. I think Lynn must be cracking these together.
Parfums Linda R. Linda R.
You found it?
I found something. Aroma info. Well,
this smells. It's got licorice and tobacco
Nice.
and some spices and stuff. But the tobacco note really, really, really is reminiscent of the Coca-Cola-y tobacco note in Enigma Parfum pour
which
Homme.
you like.
So imagine Enigma Parfum pour Homme, but with a sort of really cold, almost mentholated licorice.
Nice.
And you're on the right track.
And a horse's head.
And a horse's head on the top.
I mean, that...
What's the actual name of the perfume, though, Ben?
Arion.
Arion.
Okay.
Yeah, A-R-I-O-N.
I think Linda R. and Ari, that's too much of a coincidence. Ari. What, Linda?
How did you select that then, Jess? Did you base it on your taste or on what you thought Ben would like?
Well, I wanted to bring something back for Ben anyway because I'm like that.
Here we
that
go.
Kind of
That's
girlfriend.
I
Very
found the
thoughtful
website.
of you. Just...
I know, isn't it,
But
Ben?
Ben's now going to talk directly over you.
Thanks.
Like, shut up, woman. I found the website.
Look, I found their website, leparfumoir.com.
Look, that's the Parfumoir.
Le parfumoir.
Le
Parfumoir.
Parfumoir.
I'll fucking put a link in the chat.
That's probably a good idea. Fucking save me some effort. But I mean, that's not. Oh yeah, Le Parfumoir. It literally is a war at the end. Right. So anybody wishing to check this out, it is Le Parfum and then OIR.com, leparfumoir.com. And yeah.
See, and then Linda
R.
Crèatices de perfumes.
Crèatices. Yeah. I don't think Crèatices is a word. Yeah.
I can't.
Linda, what did you do?
I can't.
I creatist. I creatist this perfume. Fucking ridiculous. Sorry, I'm going to have to take a minute. Oh my god. Right.
It was a nice shot though, wasn't it, Jessica?
I'll never be able to take you there though. Keep talking
I
like
don't go
that.
outside. So.
That's true, yeah. Maybe it's a blessing. Yeah, no, it was really cool. So actually, I think the lady who was talking me through it is actually Lynn.
Right.
Yeah.
Linda R.
That she's got glasses, and she's got a cat that just hangs around outside.
She's got glasses.
No, glasses.
Oh right, okay, good. Yeah, because she's.
You're Mancunian. What the fuck? Glasses.
Yeah, but I thought you said grasses, like grasses, as in like fucking. I don't know. I honestly, this all feels like there's a problem with the Crèatices. Crèatices. That can't be a word. Crèatices.
Content creator.
Content creators. I'm going to change my profile on Instagram. Fragrance weird content creators. Oh my god. Sorry.
So we've lost Dan anyway.
That shouldn't be that funny, but it really is. Oh god.
It's been a long week, and it's only Tuesday.
Right. Did you get the 50 ml or the 100 ml Crèatices?
I didn't hear the second round.
100 ml Crèatices or the 50?
It's 50.
I think it's 50.
Okay,
yeah.
so
he's not that.
No, I just wanted to make
spending
sure
that
you got
money.
the horse's head with the 50. Yeah, wow. Because you with the 15 you don't, so you get a horse's head with the 50, and it's £62.
Yeah, and I bought back a couple of samples as well, and there was a proper Ben
big
leather.
There was a leather, and there was a big floral as well, wasn't there? Like a big yellow floral one.
Right.
I thought it was white florals, but
Oh God. You know, it's something.
You're very unprofessional this week, Dan. Am I going to have to take over? Am I going to have to host this shit?
Yeah, I think you may. Yeah.
So, guys, we're back for part 2.
The Crèatices. I love that. Crèatices of perfume. It's probably just. I mean, nobody else would understand why that would be amusing. I think it's just like there's something wrong with me. Anyway, right.
Dan, as long as you're happy.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah?
And
I'm glad.
Let's hope the listeners are.
When have we ever cared about that before?
That's true.
Say,
Yeah.
Yeah. New Lezzo's direction. We're going to care what listeners think. That's good. So you didn't get So I went to visit Grasse as a very young child, and what would be lovely is if I could sort of say, well, this is what led to my, love of perfume, all that. But it's not true. But I do have an abiding memory of the whole town smelling really quite strongly of lavender. Did I imagine that? Does the whole town sort of have a nice smell to it?
This is really sad because I've heard that a few times actually. And I was really thinking, I I wonder if I'll just, the whole place will smell like a perfume factory or whatever. I didn't smell anything. I mean, it didn't smell bad, but it wasn't notable. But since the whole pandemic, I've had COVID like 6 times, and or nearly 7, I think now.
Jesus,
actually.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I worked in a school.
Tell me about it, man. And she brings it back here every time.
No.
Jess Crèatices to COVID.
Yeah, like a fucking walking petri dish.
Oh, thanks. I feel so loved and wanted. Anyway, working in a school will do that. So I genuinely think it's like proper wrecked my sense of smell.
Can I just check something? And maybe our listeners might be confused as well, but I assume the Substance Misuse Centre and the school were 2 separate employments.
Yeah, they were, but I think there may be an opening for a marriage of the two. Specifically for the teachers.
Yeah, oh right, yeah,
in terms of
I imagine opioid use amongst teachers is probably rampant, actually.
I think having a prescription for opioids, amongst teachers would be very beneficial for everybody involved. Maybe for the kids, actually. Although I do constantly have to keep telling school kids, like, they can't hang out outside the substance misuse service because we get criminals walking through and blah, 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 blah. So, not that I'm like...
it's 2 different jobs, isn't it?
It is, yeah, sorry.
You quit being a teacher and now you're a substance misuse addict or whatever it is.
Yes. Good. It's just that, some people may have been... Well, I was confused. So that's good. We've cleared that up. But you get COVID at both, do you? You get COVID from schools and from substance misuse centres?
Yes, you do.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, you do.
So you've had COVID 7 times now, which is lovely.
6 or 7, I forget, but around that.
Well, it's still at least 5 more than me. So that's...
You can't smell the shit that I wear, which is good. So, every cloud.
Yeah.
Silver lining.
Means I get to wear Ducita Infinity and it doesn't matter.
Well,
I could really say something I was going to say, can't smell the shit that you do.
Oh, but, wow. I mean, that would definitely be...
I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Can definitely hear the shit that he speaks, but it's different.
Good. Right. Well, this is all...
Sorry, Ben.
This is not at all awkward, I must say. Okay.
This is our love language. You don't need to worry about
I've figured that out. I only recently learned what love language even means. Somebody asked me...
And do you believe they're bullshit?
Yeah. Someone asked me what my love language was, and I was like, hey, fuck you, buddy. Well,
was it your wife?
No, it wasn't. Strangely, but anyway, completely. I feel like we may have rinsed the Grasse sort of whole cloth dry now. So.
I think we may have as well. I don't really have much more.
No, that's okay. So I want to now ask you some other shit, because
we really used our superior knowledge there to educate Jess about fragrance, didn't we?
Yeah. So Jess.
I had my shady book down here that I was going to use to go. That one's really historic and whatever. When I've no fucking idea, but it looked great. The pictures did look fantastic, and thank you for sharing that with us. But we're not done with you yet, because I would now like to know some stuff about you and Ben and Ben's taste in perfume and how that works for you. Ben,
look at his face. Look how nervous he is. Anyway,
I was going to say, Ben is normally the most relaxed member of Les Oderants, and he suddenly looks on edge. So do you have, Jess, any favourite Ben perfumes and any you must never wear this again perfumes?
Do you know what? There's only one you must never wear again perfume that I can think of. And I think Ben knows exactly which one that is, because I had such an adverse reaction to it. It was horrible.
Is it a Strange Love one?
Is it?
Yeah. No, is it a Strange Love one?
Oh, I thought it was the vanilla one.
No, it is. Yeah. The one that you're like, oh, it smells really like vanilla. And I'm just like, no, it does not.
Which one was that? Is the vanilla
the burnt vanilla one?
Yeah, the most recent.
It's not burnt vanilla.
It's a fire within.
That's it. Yeah.
It's horrible.
Well, it's quite smoky,
It's like,
that's for sure.
it's really acrid.
Yes.
It's really acrid, and I can't get on board with that. Fun fact, though, when Ben and I were, well, I say courting.
Courting? What, back in the 18th century?
Yes. Yeah, when Ben and I were, starting off on our long and intrepid journey into hatred.
Very long.
He actually, he won't remember this. I can't remember how he got onto it, but he was talking about perfume, and I was like, oh, send me like samples of perfumes that you think, or like what would you suggest like I wear. And he sent me a whole like envelope of perfumes, and one of them was Lover's Tale, and
is that Francesca Bianchi?
Yeah, two were like Francesca Bianchi, and it was Sex on the Beach, that's a drink.
Sex and the Sea.
Sex and the Sea, that's the one. And Lover's Tale, and those two I fucking loved. And the other one, which I love, is Xerjoff Fatal Charm. And those are the three that proper stuck out to me. And that was without like literally my knowledge of perfume before then was like Ghost and Alien, and I think I had a Nina Ricci one at that point as well. No, it was the Little Red Apple.
Oh yeah. Was that a Nina
So
Ricci
has that encouraged you to get some kind of obscure niche stuff, or did you just nick Ben's?
I just nicked Ben's, innit?
Well, I mean, I don't blame you. I would.
I did. Which one did I buy?
Maybe I bought them for you, but you've got Sloth, and you bought. Well, no, actually, I bought you Andy Tower Rose
Sloth.
Flash.
Yeah, and you bought Sloth for me, and you. Oh no, what's the one? Is it like Ile du Vent or something like that? The one that's in the really pretty bottle.
Really pretty bottle.
Yeah, it's got like a sort of purpley, wavy background, rectangular bottle. Like,
oh, Molinard.
That's the one.
It's a Molinard perfume. I can't remember, but it's basically a really aquatic Molinard perfume.
It's beautiful.
That smells
it's
like
really
the
lovely.
sea and sort of. Wait, I'll get it.
You like aquatic scents then, Jess? Like stuff that smells.
I love aquatic.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I really like aquatic.
Yeah, and
but all of these things I've only found out since being with Ben.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's
Vent de Marais.
Vent et Marais.
Vent et Marais.
Oh my god! Can you just stop trying to speak French?
Well, I know. I think we all need
it's
to.
Part of the joy.
Ben's a bit of a 90s aquatic kid, aren't you?
Yeah,
I do like
you love it.
90s aquatic.
You love it. 90s aquatic. Love it.
Yeah.
Ben, what is there a perfume that you wear where I'm a bit like, what are you wearing?
What is that? Is that your sort of sexy voice? What are you wearing? Ugh.
Come on,
No,
it's a
it's
love
what happens-
language. Don't give a grief about it.
Thank you. It is a love language. No, it's when I call him on the phone and breathe heavily down it and go, what are you wearing?
I feel strangely unwell. Thank you.
Oh my god, that froze them both.
I know. I think it froze all of us, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
So what exactly are you asking there, Jess? Is there a?
Because there are definitely perfumes that Ben wears where I'm like, that's really, really fucking good. I really like that. And it's more often than not when he wears perfumes that I'm like, I really like that on him. But I wouldn't be able to say which ones like specifically. So Ben, are there any that you
do you know?
No, the ones I recognise more often is the ones that you hate, like.
I mean, spoken like a true couple, that isn't it?
yeah.
Everyone hates hard leather. Who on earth would like hard leather? It smells.
I think I quite liked it, to be honest.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
It smells like actual shit.
It does.
It smells.
I think I like it.
Right, Right, I can't tell, James, whether you are just completely contrary or completely off your rocker. How can anyone like that smell?
No. I remember trying all of those in a shop, and I really quite like them. So that must have been among the collection. And I don't remember thinking, it's not like that time when that chick that I went on the date with trod in shit.
Still my favourite James story of all time.
No, it was me. Sorry, I trod in shit, and I thought she'd shut herself. I would have remembered that.
Well, I love the way that you didn't care anyway. You're like, she shat herself.
She was giving up the goods. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah. It's the bow that is bow. It's the
whatever. Yeah,
but the thing is, even if she had shat herself, that means you were prepared to get your hands dirty.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Imagine. Imagine all the sort of mothers driving their kids to school, listening to this in the car, and it's all right.
What kind of mother listens to this in the car with their kids in there? They should know by now.
Fliss is going to tell us off.
Yeah, Fliss is definitely going to tell us off.
She won't tell me.
No, she won't. She will bollock me for being so unprofessional and for creasing with laughter at the word Crèatices. It's ridiculous.
Well, speaking of gifting things to your partner, I got this is my love language because I'm just a bit of a twat, and mine's sort of like buying stuff that I really want and just giving it to her. No, it's not really. This is like a beauty thing. I got one of those Liberty calendars. No, the Advent calendar.
Oh yeah,
that's like a little house.
Nice.
And it's got like perfume and beauty things that I don't really know about. But yeah, I thought.
Is it a mix of the both? Is it a mix of like beauty and perfume?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So it's magnetic. The doors. Oh, that's cool.
But it's Liberty.
That's a nice touch. And it comes in a Liberty bag, which she was loving. So you get a bag with the Liberty print on.
Stunning.
Yeah, so...
Sweet. So, yeah.
Do you know what the Harrods want?
So are you going to have all the perfumes and...
Well, no, of course, it's hers. But, if she doesn't like them, then I'll give them a sniff,
Yeah.
Do you know what? I keep my eye out for the Harrods one every year because I will get it for Ben for Christmas one year.
Yeah.
And every year it's gone within like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's because all the people on Facebook are buying it to try and sell it on the groups at double price.
They sell it on Facebook and fucking eBay, and they say, people go, worth £1,800. It's not worth fucking £1,800. It's worth 190 quid, which is how much the fucking calendar cost. Don't be a cunt. So yeah, people are always trying.
Well, surely the perfume in it as well is worth less than that.
I mean,
in like if we're talking about like materials.
Oh yeah,
just as
actual intrinsic value is virtually cock all, which is why they sell it for 190 quid. Because they can afford to sell it for that. But it's just a lot cheaper than buying it retail, but every year there's like this sort of mad scramble for these fucking things, and it's always in like early September. So I find that depressing. Why are we doing Christmas shit like 4 months out?
Well, I saw advent calendars in Sainsbury's the other day.
Yeah. It's mental. It's just too depressing for words.
The world's gone mad.
World's gone bloody mad. You know what?
It's not even Halloween.
Yeah, I know. We haven't even had Halloween yet. But okay, good. I mean, I feel like we've been yammering on for some time here, and I've learnt quite a lot, which is nice. So, Jess, you obviously...
I've not learned anything.
No.
Sorry. No.
Well, I mean, I'm not...
Really hard.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you were expecting, really, Jess, to be honest.
I don't know what I expected either.
But... no, it was nice to hear about the trip to... I keep wanting to say Cannes again. Grasse. Who wants to talk about my mind games thing just before we wrap up? Because I sort of want to get it off my chest.
Yeah.
Do you?
I was going to say about that.
So what is this? What is this
obviously
mind games thing? Because I don't get
Okay.
it. What?
I did notice some stuff on Instagram.
Okay.
there was that picture of you and Fragmental, the Gallagher brothers of fragrance influencers.
Yeah. Okay. So I get invited to quite a lot of perfume events, and I never really go because they're almost always in London, and I'm not fucking spending 250 quid to go to London to hobnob with people I don't really like in order to come away with a free bottle of perfume. There are people who do that. There are people who spend their own money doing it. You know, these people often would attend the opening of a bag of crisps given half the chance. But personally, I can't be fucking arsed. However, a brand called Mind Games, who is the sort of, I guess he's like, I don't know if he's creative director or business director or what, but it's a guy called Daniel who I know from he worked at Fragrance Du Bois years ago, and he's a really nice guy, and he invited me to this event in Manchester. He said, you're in the north, come along, it'll be good. So I went along, tried some of the perfumes, met Chris. I've met Chris a few times, obviously, Fragmental. Did some pictures, some blah-de-blah-de-blah, and I put a picture up on my story, me and Chris. And Robes, who I'm sure some of you know, Jess, you probably don't, but Robes...
Is that who it was?
Yeah, Robes08 is a YouTuber, a Canadian perfume reviewer, whom I actually have always found quite all right. He's always been quite decent with me. But he started sending me messages on Instagram, being frankly a bit of a dick, saying, oh, right, you're a fucking influencer now, are you? These shit brand Mind Games, they're all shit. And just basically calling me out. So in the end, and then he unfollowed me, which was like, oh my God, how fucking childish are you, man? So then I just put... I just put the screenshots on my Instagram profile. It was like, yeah, well, fuck it. Let the world see what a bell end you are.
Fucking receipts, bitch.
Yeah, I kept the receipt, motherfucker. So, yeah.
What was the Mind Games like? Were they actually all right,
so some of them are not great. I mean, that's fair. And some
I love the way he was slagging them off, going, they're all shit, and you were like, well, one of them's okay, actually.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say one of them's okay.
They've released 26, and one is passable.
They have released about 26. In fact, so they've released quite a few. I took a sample pack with me because I was in Portugal over the weekend. It was my wife won a award thing with work, and so we were sort of taken to Portugal, which was less fun than it sounds. No, it was horrible. I hate fucking making chit chat with people I don't know. It kills me. And Lisa,
shall I let myself
well, Lisa goes, but you're so good at it. I said, that doesn't mean I want to do it, you know. I mean, to stand around talking to people about their fucking work at this giant American company that I don't care about. It's like, really? Can't we talk about perfume or something? But anyway, so I took the Mind Game sample pack with me, and I ran through. There was 5 in the box, I think, and I ran through like 4 of them, and 2 of them were really very nice. They were the criticism would be they're a bit derivative, right? They weren't breaking a lot of new ground, but they did wheel out one which is going to be released soon as a Selfridges exclusive, and I can't remember what it's called, but it was a water lily musk thing, and it was absolutely wonderful and genuinely one of the nicest things I've smelt in ages. It was very, very clean musk with this sort of delicate floral kind of water lily thing going on, and it was sort of deceptively, a quiet and sort of elegant feeling, but it just had this enormous kind of projecting power, and it just kept going for ages without ever feeling like oppressive or heavy. And I thought it was fantastic. And to be honest, you know, some of them have not been you know, to my liking, and that's fine. I mean, who the fuck produces a range of 20 odd perfumes and everyone's for everyone? That's nonsense. But to just kind of go, these are all dime store fucking, they're all shit because I fucking say so, and because they're doing marketing and PR, they must be shit. So grow the fuck up, Grandad. Anyway, he's just bitter because, you know, the world sort of left him behind, and he presumably feels he should be more successful than he in fact is. No one cares about his opinion.
There's a lot of quite, like, I mean, this is from the outside looking in. There's quite a lot of easily bruised egos in, like, frag influencer world, isn't there?
Well, there's certainly a lot of drama, and I think, I mean, to be honest though, one of the reasons I've never done YouTube really is that people just get shit, right? If you are, you know, in a sort of public, sort of facing YouTube-y role, it doesn't matter how brilliant and how universally loved you are, there's still going to be a cabal of people who think you're an absolute cunt and will just spend their time talking shit about you. And, you know, that sort of goes with the territory of being a YouTuber, and that's why I choose not to do it. I'm not interested particularly in, you know, I don't mind posting the odd picture of me or whatever, but I'm not interested in kind of my face being my brand at all on Instagram or making YouTube content, because I can't be arsed with the fucking bullshit that goes with it. Like, I mean, Chris Fragmental, for example, is a thoroughly decent guy, and whether or not he knew a lot about fragrances when he started, he certainly does now, and he puts a lot of time and effort into his content. I think it's very hard to sort of be unpleasant about him, but yet people are. There's lots of people, you know, you throw a stone and you can hit someone being unpleasant about Chris. And I think it's toxic, the whole thing.
The problem, I think, with, like, influencers like Chris and the rest of them and stuff like that, when you've got a YouTube presence, right? And I say this from experience from my podcast, is you're essentially learning in public, right? Because no one starts out knowing how to do it, or especially not of a certain generation. Like, maybe if you start now, you've got a bit more of an idea. But back in the day, you just started YouTube with, like, a potato camera, and you just waffled, and you just learn as you're on the job. And obviously, like, you know, all of that is then saved for posterity. It's like archived, you know. So, you know, you go back through people's channels and you're always going to find stuff where they were probably talking shit, but everyone learns, you know. But unfortunately, in these positions, you learn in public, and everyone gets to see that and hold it against you forever. Do you know? Like, so, like, yeah, I think that's always going to come back to bite them to some extent.
No, you're dead right. I mean, one of the things Chris has always done, though, is because he's an actor and he does kind of editing and stuff, he's always had quite high sort of quite slick production. So even where he was learning about the perfumes on the job, you know, his production has always been on point. And you know, fair play. I've met Chris several times. I've recorded some stuff with him, and he's an absolute gentleman. And but as I say, it's part of the reason that I don't put my you know, I don't put myself out there as a YouTuber. But in the case of...
Well, for example, his content is not really for me. It's not made for me. It's made for, like, entry-level people who would just want something to watch. And as far as his, like, persona, how he comes across, is very likeable. Is very affable sort of chap. And I appreciate the slickness of the thing. And I always have done. I think the only thing that could be waged at him, and this might be being, like, really mean, so getting to the core to it, of people kind of see it as, like, he didn't know anything about fragrance. He kind of was, like, looking for a niche of something. And not there's anything wrong with this, but, like, he kind of started like reviewing like drones and shit like that, and like doing other channels, and he was just kind of trying what was successful. And people maybe see that as a bit cynical because there's people who are like hardcore fragrance fans out there. But why don't you go and do it? Do you know what I mean? If you're that arsed about it, you go and fucking make content. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that's a perfectly fair criticism, and I think Chris would sort of accept that as well. But his argument, I think, would be that he was essentially bringing, slick production values to a niche that didn't have anything like that. So his newness,
absolutely.
His originality and his contribution was not really in, hey, look, I know fuckloads about perfume. It was, I know how to put video together. And
I think at this point as well, you got to say he's earned his chops.
He certainly has earned his chops. Yeah, he has, and I think but the amount of graft he puts in as well is great. And I know, but
he's a bit pally with the Maverick, though, isn't he? He's a bit fucking pally with the Maverick.
He is, but then he's pally with everyone because he's a lovely guy. But Robes, by comparison, so Robes has just basically got himself stuck in this kind of time warp of only talking about old or discontinued perfumes, and basically just anybody who gets anything for free is automatically tainted and compromised, and it's just like, well, okay, yeah, maybe that's true, maybe it's true to an extent. You can argue about how much of an extent. I don't really care, but it's like, how many times are you going to make the same fucking point, mate? If the whole thing sickens you so much, pack it in. Why do you have to go around jumping into people's fucking private messages just being a cunt? And that's what really bothers me. It's like, I'm just fucking out here doing what I do. I'm not, I don't hold myself up as like the fucking bastion of honesty, and I try and be as honest as I possibly can. But why pick a fucking fight with me? Why bother? Just fuck off.
I think in the greater scheme of things, and from what I know, which is very little of like frag world, honesty seems to be quite a few and far between trait when it comes to getting freebies. But I think I don't know, like, don't hold it as like a moral sword over someone's head either. And also, you're absolutely entitled to say thank you to this brand for reaching out and inviting me on something that has actually been really interesting and really fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
And it was good fun.
Most of the time, it's bitterness, isn't it? Because he would... Are you telling me he would turn these things down and has done? No, he's just irrelevant and people don't ask him. So
people don't invite
It's true,
him.
Though,
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I've kind of... I've lowered myself to his level by using my platform to bleat about him a little bit. But the reality is, I just honestly don't care that much. It's far more a reflection of him than me, in my view.
Jess, are you part of any toxic communities? Like,
the recovery community.
Not like that. No, they're like
it's not toxic. Sorry, I just need to clarify that.
Like you draw on like Procreate or something. Is there like a Procreate community? I don't know if you use that, but like those drawing things. Okay,
what's Procreate?
No, there isn't. It's like a iPad software for drawing. Okay. It's a really accessible one, actually. Really nice one to use if you're ever interested in trying.
It is really good, actually. Yeah,
Shirley McShillface over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking pay for it.
How much of a fucking kickback are you getting, Jess?
Well, actually, they've invited me to an event next week, so...
Where's your transparency disclaimer, Jess?
I'm not important enough for these things.
No, of course you are.
No, thank you.
Back in the day when I used to do YouTube, right? I you're saying about people getting abused and stuff, and you not really want to be interested in it. My favourite one was, do you remember that subreddit that everyone used to be full of trolls? Odes jerks.
It's still there. So it's a one-note joke. I mean, they basically just banging on about bloody poor old TLTG constantly.
Right. So I got posted on there once, and the guy said this guy keeps reviewing really expensive perfumes, but he needs to go out and buy himself a hot dinner. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you are quite slight, aren't you? So, I mean, that's
I would say so. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I thought it was quite good. I thought, I was like, yeah, fair.
Okay. Well, look. I mean, thank you.
I'll go and beat him up.
Thank you for indulging me in a little diatribe against robes. I can say that I'm not bothered, but evidence would suggest I've been a bit more bothered than not bothered. Otherwise, I'd never even have mentioned it. I shall talk about that with my therapist. I'd like to thank Jess as well for jumping in and just frankly being a good sport. I mean, we asked you about 3 minutes before we started recording if you'd like to do this, and you were just like, yeah, okay, I guess. So thank you for doing that. And
thank you for letting me indulge in pretending to be a fraghead.
No.
And,
hey, listen, your favourite perfume that you could name is Sloth. That makes you 10 times the fraghead of probably 98% of the population. So you are, of course.
Flattery will get me everywhere done.
Good. Well, we'd love to have you back, probably on some better planned basis than just throwing you in at the deep end.
If Ben will let me.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're back in your cupboard, dear. Now stay there.
This way, dear. This way. Click. Yeah. Very good. I've thoroughly enjoyed the dynamic as well between the two of you guys. James, before we go, any sort of final thoughts, particularly on Jess's sterling contribution to Les O's?
No, not really. I mean, I'd like to go to Grasse, but I'll never be able to, because it's like, because who's going to come with me? Do you know what I mean? Like, no, I mean, Jenny would be like, "Oh, right, we want to go to this place." Yeah, and they also quite famous for perfume now. Do you know what I mean? So, maybe one day, Dan. Maybe we could all go.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Isn't this why you have children? I mean, you've got a kid. You have to shape him in your image and then get him to take you.
That's true. Yeah, I can do that.
They're very malleable as children.
Yeah, says the substance misuse expert. Yeah. Exactly. Good. Okay. Jess, final thoughts from you, having been part of this nonsense. Did you enjoy it at least?
I did really enjoy it. I think I'm going to be thinking about all the things that I probably shouldn't have said for the next 2 months, and waking up in a cold sweat, embarrassed by certain things. But no. So
that's interesting, because normally I think about all the things that I didn't say, and I should have said that, and should have said that. But it doesn't. The stuff you didn't say doesn't matter, because no one knows what it was that you didn't say. But for you to just say, "Yeah, I'm going to be worried about things I did say," I can't help you with that. You're fucked. Sorry.
No, Ben is going to be hearing me for the next 2 weeks going,
oh no. The good news is, Jess,
I sounded like a right twat,
so
didn't I?
Jess is going to helicopter over me whilst I'm editing it.
Jess,
I'll just cut that out.
Nobody listens to this show, especially not your cokehead aunt or I
really fucking hope she's not a cokehead. She's a lovely woman. I'm not saying that cokeheads aren't lovely. See what I mean? I'm going to go.
It's a minefield.
It's a minefield. The condition of being a cokehead and being lovely are not, mutually exclusive. That's
no, they are not.
You should know this as a substance misuse counsellor.
Can we stop now?
Well, if we get Jess back on, we should do something where we're actually smelling perfumes, because that's easier, because then everyone can be involved in it in the moment, and we're all talking about the same things.
Absolutely, and everyone gets to have an opinion on stuff they're actually smelling, that's a great shout. So Jess, you will be coming back whether you like it or not, and we'll be smelling some stuff. Ben, how have you enjoyed having your...
It's been a fucking nightmare. I've sweated buckets.
God, are we going to get a divorce?
Are you married?
No.
Then you're not getting a divorce.
That's how bad it would probably get.
What?
Marry you just to divorce you because it was that bad.
I'm going to marry you twice just to divorce you twice. That's how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay.
Wouldn't put it past him. Anyway,
well, look, I've had a riot, and my apologies to everyone for getting carried away with the word Crèatices, which there's no reason it should make me laugh the way it did, but I just Crèatices de perfume just sounded ridiculous to me. And I think that's probably because what's her name, Nikolai, is a parfume créateur de Nikolai or something. It's not Crèatices. It just sounds like
she needs to be speaking to Lynn.
Linda R. Linda R. from Atherton in Lancs has written in to say, look, stop fucking Crèaticing. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Right, let's wrap it up because it's been a disaster. Thank you, everyone, for your inane contributions, and thank you, dear listener, if you made it this far. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with the next episode of Les Oderants. Bye.
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 Fucking hell.